Hello gamers and welcome back to more WARNO preview content on my channel. And we're going to look at the second Nemesis 3 Homefront division, and that's the 157th Motostrelkovaya Division that was stationed on Crimea. So let's dive right in. It's the first Soviet reservist division basically, and let's take a look at the activation slots. As to be expected, Homefront, you get lots of slots here. In the logistics tab, infantry also very decent, artillery pretty good, tank decent for an infantry division or like a mechanized division. Recon really poor, AA also not great, helicopters not much to choose from, and air will be quite exciting. So let's go through the units and focus on the new ones. We get the snap, one of your options, and you get another fly vehicle, and you get this massive helicopter that was first deployed in 56th Sturmovaya. So get 3 on the card, 6,000 supply in total as per usual. Your options are for leaders are this basically kind of Jeep, and you get the new BR40B, which is pretty cool because you get 3 on the card. It's 90 points only, and same speed as this one, has more health, same stealth, and then there's this one, Stadion. Also new, look at that. Armored, 90 points, and a bit slower actually than this one. Also new, but it does have more health, so you sacrifice some of the off-road speed for more health. So really good choices here. You can bring this twice even, and then you can bring a forward supply point. Infantry is exciting because this division feels a little bit like Steel Division 2, because it's got some World War II stuff. And there we go with the Maxim, and that's a reservist unit, as you can see here. And they've got the Maxim. Then you get the Dushka, also World War II. I think heavy machine gun, also new. And then you get another reservist with the Dushka that can be used against helicopters, and that's pretty much like with the NATO KL that can shoot down helicopters as well as an option. And then you get your standard kind of PKM 7.62 millimeters, 2 cards even. High availability, cheap price. Would you rather go for the Maxim? The new one, less accuracy, worse reload time, longer servo length. I guess it depends. Probably you might even go for the Maxim because of the price. Then you get another reservist, the Okrana. They do have reserve rate, but also security, so the optics goes up to good. It's only 5-man squads though. You get the Okrana VMF, and I think that's naval infantry, and they've got really cool black uniforms. They are resolute. They are not resolute, no. And they also have the security trait, and they are very beefy with 14 men, but they only fight infantry. But that's a very interesting new unit in my opinion. You get the Commandatura, which also has military police and security. It can come in a military police vehicle. And the Commandatura Ushilenaya, KDA Erfurt. Sniper rifle, pretty cool, 10-man and military police, but they don't have a military police vehicle to come with. You get another reservist, the Polemechiki, unit we know, but not as a reservist unit, I think. And load out 8 men for a cheap price, and they can come in this disheartened BTR. Probably also World War II vintage, I'm not quite sure. It's new as well. You get the Reservisti leader with anti-tank capabilities, 8 men strong, so not too bad. Get 2 cards, and the reservists, there are 3 on the card. Reservists also have AT capabilities, 12 men. With them you still get 8, so this is pretty good. You can be really spammy. Come in armored vehicles, which is always nice, and it just for, you know, soaking up some damage. And it's even cheaper than the truck. It's only slightly slower off-road, but faster on-road. Yeah, so quite cool. Then you get the Bezivinichki, which I think is like the partisan unit, but they called, according to the dev diary, they called like hastily put together troops without proper training. They called them partisans, and I think that's this unit. It's also new. Loadout is actually quite nice with an old school Mosin and a DPM, and can be aimed and fired while moving, quite nice. And a really shitty RPG too, but it's an RPG nonetheless. Also 10 men strong, so not to sneeze upon, I think. 12 men. But here you really need your Commandatura units. Then you get the reservist tank gun, get the reservist, the not reservist faggot, AT missile, get the reservist parry. They have shock, so they did see some training. And the reservist parry with a flamethrower, 8 men strong, both are quite cheap. Motostrelkovaya Diviziya is your leader with smoke, already known in a couple of divisions. You can bring them in a faggot, a BMP with a faggot as well. That's nice. Then you get Motostrelkovaya BMP and Motostrelkovaya. So they come also in a BTR, and these can come in the BMP, which means they also have AT capabilities with the vehicle. This is basically kind of your regular troops that you can bring. So quite a lot of options. Artillery tab, get the reservist mortar, which is obviously new. Reservist 120mm mortar. It can come in this vehicle, so you can redeploy them as well, I think. So that's actually a nice option for just 10.4. Also obviously better HE and suppression. Range is actually worse. Then you get a reservist 152mm. I'm not quite sure if that's a World War II. Let me quickly check. Older pieces, well, the mortars are old. This has been in service with other WARNO divisions already. And then you get your 150. It doesn't say specific. Yeah, these are already in other divisions as well. And the 122mm. Then you get a 100mm. And that's also from World War II. And still used for AT as well. So that's quite versatile actually. And then you get World War stuff here, 203mm B4M, and can be used as a tank gun with quite the range actually. Doesn't show me like penetration, so possibly just against infantry. And then you get this massive big boy, 280mm. It's worth trying out. It's obviously new. Also in Crimea they had some state-of-the-art new prototypes. This is one of them, and that's actually supposed to attack ships, but they mounted it on a vehicle and you can use it against land targets as well. This is quite impressive. 180 points, you get 2 on the card. And then this has been seen in other divisions, but not in the Soviet division, I think. And that's a multiple rocket launcher. Quite nice to have. Obviously consumes a lot of supplies, but that makes it interesting for team games as well. In the tank tab, you get something really special, and that's the IS-2. It's pretty shite, obviously, but 40 points. That's not too bad, actually. And historically, it was used, dug in to attack ships mainly, but they cobbled things together in the WARNO timeline, make it move again. Get the Malyutka with the reservist trait though. Then you get 100mm, and I think that's also vintage stuff. So let me quickly check. That's a new piece of equipment for sure. It's a mobile coastal gun that can be turned into a decent towed AT gun. And in this case, it's now used as an AT gun. Good rate of fire. Get the reservist leader tank. The reservist T-54B. And the T-55A, which has a better gun. Then you get this variant, which has good armor and... Why is this gun actually worse? Yeah, is it the ammunition? Weapon damage? I think it's the optics that make the difference. Kinetic special type of ammunition. Better ammunition. Here you get the better ammunition and the better and the good armor. They all have the same. Where's the difference here? Let me quickly check. So the 54B and the 54A, and they also have command variants. And the first time in the Soviet army. And the 55A has smoke, that's notable. Don't. And they have a better rangefinder. That's why they have a longer range. And you get the TO-55. That's a flamethrower tank, which is pretty cool. And then you get a command variant here, leader variant of this, and then a T-55 AM1. It's a hybrid featuring T-55A's armor and the AM2's improved gun. So that's also some cheap, nice options. It's spammy, but you don't have that many slots. Second tab is really difficult. This is actually like an Alouette 3 or from Indian production. They ordered 8 and 1 crashed, and they still had 7 and used them for training purposes. So that's what we got here. And get the Razvedka in the new vehicle, the BTR-40. It's new, but it's actually old. And you get the reservist Razvedka, which has the double the size and worse AT capabilities, but obviously, it has some advantages of 4 men. They can also come in the BTR-40, also new, yet old. You get the BTR-40A as a separate tool with AA guns, which is quite nice in my opinion. And then you get 2 cards as well of BRM-1Ks, a very well known unit, but you actually only have 2 cheap slots, so it's really tricky. AA, you get the new reservist Strela 3. The Strela 3 I think is also new. And then you get the ZU-23-2. Get the 57mm AA gun. check which one was maybe from World War II. And you get this one that can be used as a tank gun as well. Get the Ural ZPU 4, all the stuff known from other divisions, and the Krug M3, quite nice, with 13 damage. If it hits, it has really low accuracy. Only lose 1 when if you up that, so it might be worth upvetting actually. In the helicopter tab, you just get 2 MI8 variants, one with rocket 2s, lots of rockets, and the other one has AT capabilities as well. But it's already 2 points each for. Yeah, but you can bring 2 of these or 2 of these, up to you. Air tab is quite interesting as well. Get this MiG, a pretty standard, cheap AA fighter. You get the Su-15TM AA1, and just 1 second. Yeah, this is a new plane actually. New Su-15TM flag and interceptors, and here you have 2 options, one with lots of range, but this is only semi-active radar and only 1 rocket, and this one has then 2 but less range. So sorry, no, let me check. I'm looking here. There's the rotary cannon, which is good against helicopters, and yeah, very different loadouts. If you want to go more for range, go for A1 potentially, but then again, yeah, AA2 also has 2 longer range variants, and also the rotary cannon, which I think is quite nice. Sure, where we can at the bottom maybe. More like bombs, right? So we 4 rockets. 1, 2. Oh, it must be this is the gun pod. Yeah, quite nice. One shouldn't have it, yeah, and it doesn't. And even has the different rockets, so that's a nice eye for detail here. Cool. And then you get the Su-25 planes. You get the Rocket 2 variant. You get HE bomber. Quite a few bombs actually. And also air-to-air capabilities. You get the cluster one. And you know the thing with these is, and your proper AT rocket. They are very slow, but they are armored. It's nice. ECM is pretty poor on all of them here. And then you get something special, and that's was the testing run for the future navalized variant of the Su-27, the new Su-27K, and that's the post-Cold War Su-33. And in game, it's got the prototype name T10K3. It's a very beautiful looking plane, and you have 8 kilometer range. That's 4 rockets or missiles, 4 missiles. You get the rotary cannon. You get 2 air-to-air missiles here. It's I think fire semi-active. And then you get more standard air-to-air missiles. So this is a fantastic loadout in this new plane. Really, really good. So basically this division is a bit like its counterpart, the 6th Infantry Division. with the infantry tab being also very good, but maybe a bit less exciting, but also very good. Much better tank tab, because you actually get tanks, and much worse recon though. But on the other hand, the artillery is better here, and the air tab here is also really good. Another really exciting division, and I think my most exciting, or the unit I'm most excited for, is this AA plane, because it has an insane loadout. What's your favorite unit in this new division? Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until then, bye for now.